Hello everyone, I am Siddhi Khandelwal and today I am going to share with you all my interview experience with Great Lakes Institute of Management. So the interview is basically divided into two stages. The first we have the analytical written test, the AWT, and then we have the personal interview. So in our AWT, we were given two topics. The first was repeal of farm laws is a setback for reforms, and the second was privatization of public undertakings. So we had to choose one topic among the two and we had to write it in 30 minutes. The maximum word limit was 250 words and there was no minimum word limit as such. So before a AWT, a briefing session was there where we were given all instruction that how we had to use the interface and how we had to use the Zoom meeting because we were invigilated through a Zoom meeting. All the participants joined a Zoom meeting and then there were two invigilators who were continuously proctoring us throughout the AWT. Also, we were advised that we copy our AWT in MS Word because if sometimes due to network issue, the content doesn't get saved on the interface, we can mail the content to the management. Also, it is very important to save your AWT because we need to refer it before going for a personal interview because we are asked questions about it that I will discuss in the personal interview section. So the next was the PI, the personal interview. So I had two panelists, both were female and both were professors of GLM. So initially they welcomed me and they made me comfortable. They introduced themselves, what subjects they taught, then they asked about me, my health and my family's health, and then started the interview with the most basic question, tell me about yourself. So in that section, I told them about my background, my achievements, my hobbies, my interests. And then when I was telling them about my academic background and everything, they asked me that why I switched my stream from science to commerce and what was my need to do that. So I told them the entire thing. And then they asked me that why, since I was doing BBA, that why I'm not going for a job before pursuing MBA. So I told them that I needed practical exposure and etc. etc. So when I used the word practical exposure, they again caught me on that and they told me that work experience gives more of a practical exposure rather than MBA because it is a degree after all. So then there was a lot of cross questioning on that, and I had to literally convince them that why I'm going for MBA before a job. Then ask me some more things about what were my achievements and about my schooling, etc. And when I was answering them that why I switched my stream, I told them that since my father was in business and commodity and share market, so there was an inclination towards that. So then the entire focus shifted on family business. And there was a set of questions based only and only on my family business that how do I, after doing my MBA, plan to help my father in the business and how I'm currently helping him and what was the COVID impact on our family business on the commodity and share market and how did my family dealt with that and what I contributed during that time and what is the scope of commodity and share market in the future and do I see it as a growing business. So the whole set of questions was based on commodity and share market and my contribution currently and my contribution after pursuing MBA and whether I want to go in family business or not. So that was a different set of questions. Then the third part of my interview was purely based on academics. So when we are a fresher, the panelists expect that we have a very strong grip over the subject that we have studied in an undergrad. So they asked me what all subjects I'm studying in BBA and how has my science background helped me in BBA? Was it a difficulty? How did I cope with it? And how was my peer experience with that? So then they asked me about my favorite subject and what specialization I wish to pursue in future. So I told them that since I did my internship in marketing, I have a strong inclination towards marketing. And then they asked me many questions about marketing. What is marketing? What are the four P's of marketing? How is marketing changed in today's time from traditional marketing to e-marketing? And then they gave me a situation that if a salesman comes to my house to sell something, how do I differentiate that whether he's doing marketing or selling? So I had to convince them and I had to give points both in favor of marketing and selling and what were the points of difference. And then there was a sort of rapid fire where they were asking me about some famous personalities of marketing like Philip Kotler and how do I know about him and how has he contributed in the field of marketing. Also in that part only there was questions about my AWT. So they first asked me that why did I choose the farm laws topic only and how had the farm law protest been impacted on the entire country and the taking back of the farm laws? Was it a political move just for the election? So there was a discussion on that, and I had to present both pros and cons, sticking to my original VAT because our VAT is open with them on their portal. So we had to stick to the points that we have written in the VAT. So I was just doing that. So in a nutshell, my interview was divided into three sections: personality based questions, academic based questions, and family business based questions. So I faced difficulty while I was answering the MBA job only, MBA and job competition, that thing. Otherwise, the entire interview went quite smooth. So yeah, some important points: that be confident, because if you don't know something, na, then also the panelists observe your body language that they were doing throughout, and they you have to maintain eye contact because the panelists look and they observe each and everything. Also, if you don't know something, just don't try to stretch it, and then just don't try to overlap things, because they are very smarter than you and they caught you if you don't know you. If they don't know anything, then they can easily caught you. And also, all things that are asked are interrelated, so we have to very wisely answer each and every question, because whatever we do, whatever word we use, they just ask questions on that only. So we have to be